Good evening, everyone. We're going to have opening comments from Mayor Schenberg.
Good morning, or good evening, I should say. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for everything you're doing. We appreciate the work that you're doing to help some of the people most in need in our community. Both the people that are really in need and even people with moderate need. You're helping. We really appreciate that. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it back to Deborah Smith and Veronica Fields. They both know a lot more about this than I do, and they will fill you in on all the details.
Thank you, Mayor.
Deborah, the floor is yours. Sure.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Deborah Smith, and I am the Director for the Department of Economic and Community Development. And I have with me Veronica Fields, who is the Grant Administrator. Today, we'll be discussing the process for our fiscal year 2022 annual plan. The City of Erie prepared the 5-year consolidated plan. It was prepared and developed in 2020. This plan is effective from 2020 to 2024. Each year, the City of Erie updates the consolidated plan with an annual plan to ensure that we're still meeting the needs of the community. For the fiscal year 2022 plan, applications were open from December 1st to January 28th, 2022. We have a total of 4 public hearings before the fiscal year 2022 plan is submitted to HUD. In addition, today we'll accept comments and any information that anyone would like to provide to us orally or in writing. So on or about May 13, 2022, the City of Erie will be on schedule to submit its fiscal year 2022 annual plan, describing the intended uses of the following resources made available through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. That's if official notification of HUD allocations are known within that time frame. Right now, we do not know what our allocations may be. Information received from HUD says that they are 2 to 3 months out before we'll be able to receive anything. So any of the numbers that we present here today are proposed numbers. There are no announcements, as I mentioned, available for either 2022 for CDBG home or ESG entitlement programs. With regard to entitlement programs, those are authorized annually by Congress through the Appropriations Act. HUD will announce those amounts 60 days after the bill becomes law. So from all of the information that we gathered for our 2020 consolidated plan and our annual plan, it identified the following 6 priorities and subsequent goals and strategies for the City of Erie for the period of fiscal 2020 through fiscal year 2024 for the Community Development Block Grant Program, Home Investment Partnership Program, and the Emergency Solutions Program. A was housing priority. There's a need to improve the quality of the housing stock in the community by increasing the amount of decent, safe, sound, and accessible housing for homeowners, renters, and home buyers that is affordable to low and moderate income persons and families. And the goals and strategies are housing rehabilitation, rental housing, housing construction, fair housing, home ownership, public housing. B was homeless priority. There's a need for housing and support services for homeless persons and persons who are at risk of becoming homeless. And the goals and strategies are continuum of care, operational and support, prevention and housing, as well as permanent housing. C was other special needs priority. There's a continual need for affordable housing, services, and facilities for persons with special needs and the disabled. And the goals and strategies are housing, social services, accessibilities. D was community development priority. There's a need to improve the public and community facilities, infrastructure, public services, and the quality of life for all residents in the community. And the goals and strategies are communities, facilities, infrastructure, public services, accessibility, public safety, code enforcement, clearance, revitalization, historical preservation. Economic development was number E. There's a need to increase employment, self-sufficiency, education, job training, technical assistance, and economic empowerment of low and moderate income residents in the community. And the goals and strategies are employment, financial assistance, redevelopment program, financial incentives. F was administration, planning, and management priority. There's a continual need for planning, administration, management, and oversight of federal, state, and local funded programs. I will now turn it over to Veronica, who will explain the proposed funding amounts for fiscal year 2022 and the schedule for preparation, adoption, and submission of the 2022 third annual plan.
Thank you, Deborah. Good evening, everybody. As Deborah has stated, as of yet, we have not received our annual allocations from HUD. We don't know at this time what our fiscal year 2022 allocations will be. The numbers before you today are from the fiscal year 2021 allocated amounts. It will be 2 to 3 months before HUD provides the city with funding amounts for fiscal year 2022. Proposed funding amounts for fiscal year 2022. Community Development Block Grant, $3,211,390. Home Investment Partnership Program, $809,159. Emergency Solutions Grant, $270,556, or $66, excuse me. In addition to the estimated funding and resources noted above, the city has identified and included anticipated or received program income from CDBG-funded activities of $5,000 and reprogrammed funds from prior fiscal years totaling $14,504.53. Public hearing and schedule of events. Schedule subject to change based on timing of HUD allocations of actual allocations. Notice was published in the classified section of the Erie Times on Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, announcing the first public hearing and input needs hearing, which are being held Monday, March the 7th, 2022, at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Notice will be published again on March 28th, 2022, announcing the second public hearing, which are being held on April the 5th, 2022, at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Citizens will be provided an opportunity to present their views on housing and non-housing community development needs, and to comment on the priorities and level of funding assigned by the City of Erie in addressing the needs as contained in the HUD 5-year consolidated plan. Critical dates: December 1st, 2021 to January 28th, 2022, solicitation of proposals, applications available beginning December 1st, 2021. January 28th, 2022, applications are due. January 31st through February 7th, 2022, review of applications. February 7th through February 11th, 2022, presentations for CDBG and home projects. February 22nd, 2022, published notice for first public hearing. March the 5th, 2022, study session with City Council. March the 7th, 2022, first public hearing, citizen input hearings at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. March 28th, 2022, published third annual plan, project use of funds advertised for required 30-day period, comment period, ending April 28th, 2022. Second public hearing date will be advertised for April 5th, 2022. April 5th, 2022, second public hearing, citizen input, hearings are at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. April or May 2022, council authorization to submit third annual plan to HUD. May 13th, 2022, third annual plan submitted to HUD for required 45-day review period ending June 27th, 2022. June 1st and 15th, 2022, council appropriation and authorization to enter into contract with subrecipients. And lastly, July 1st, 2022, the program year will begin. Back to you, Deborah.
Thank you, Veronica. Please keep in mind, as Veronica mentioned, that the amounts are proposed, the dates are proposed. We will look to advertise, as Veronica mentioned, on March 28th. We're hoping that we will have our allocation from HUD by then. If not, the numbers will be proposed numbers for activities. Next, we'll have ground rules for providing public comment. If there's any citizen who would like to give public comment right now, we ask that you raise your hand, state your name and your agency's name, and you'll have 5 minutes to provide public comment. If there is anyone on the Zoom call who would like to provide public comment, we'd ask that you raise your hand, and Frank will let you in as far as providing that comment. Okay, this is the last call. Okay. All right, so I want to just thank everyone for coming. I don't know if the mayor would like to provide any additional comments or closing comments at all.
I'll just also very briefly thank everyone for coming, for the work you do. Let's move this forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a reminder that our next public hearing will be on Monday, April 5th. There will be a 10 a.m. one and a 6 p.m. one. And the format will probably be the same. It will be in person, Zoom, YouTube, and I believe live streaming. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your evening.